2022 interview with the FBI, former president's, quote, people, end quote, offered a pardon to his co-defendant, Walt Nauta, in the event that Nauta was charged with lying to federal investigators. The notes say this, quote, Nauta was told by POTUS's people that his investigation was not going anywhere, that it was politically motivated and much ado about nothing. Nauta was also told that even if he gets charged with lying to the FBI, POTUS, former POTUS, will pardon him in 2024. Nauta was charged last June with lying to the FBI and obstructing Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation. Our panel is back. Gene, how significant is this? Because it basically looks like they were telling him, hey, you should lie because we'll protect you.
Absolutely. When I prosecuted cases back in the day, the substantive charges were important. I used to love witness tampering. I loved obstruction of justice because I loved it because it goes to their state of mind and their guilty conscience. That is an example of a state of mind and guilty conscience. Now here's the problem. Who's people? Is it Guido who's talking to Bubba, who's talking to Donald Trump? Is there, 3 layers of hearsay? Or is it Donald Trump saying to this person, go tell Nauta, I got a pardon in my pocket for you? We don't know that.
Right. It seems difficult to...
Feels like a solid pardon in my pocket for you.
I mean, Jonah, it does seem to suggest that they knew just how bad this was, though.
Oh, for sure. I think so. I think that is right. It's also worth pointing out, like, in the original constitutional debates about the pardon power and the impeachment, it was giving pardons to basically cronies and henchmen for nefarious reasons was cited as one of the one of the justifications for impeachment, even if it's not a crime. Remember those debates about how if it's not a crime, you can't impeach someone for it? This was an example of a non-crime that was considered impeachable at the time. It just sort of gets lost in the miasma.
Yeah. Jeff, I mean, what does this signal to you about their view of how damaging this case potentially was politically for Trump?
Look, I think they knew that, and there are a few people who were more in the orbit more than Waltz. I mean, he was at the president's side constantly here. And he's one of the examples of someone who is still beholden to the former president for legal advice. They're paying his cost of his legal bills, I believe, still. And look, promising something that they can't deliver, they don't know that he's going to be reelected at this point. So, but clearly they were trying to, he knows more than most people know because he was with them in Mar-a-Lago, in Bedminster, et cetera. So I think that's very revealing.
Gene, how does, when you have cases like this, I mean, Nauta's sort of relative power to Trump is pretty low, right?
He's a minnow. He's a minnow.
And so how does that kind of impact what happens with defendants?
That's an excellent question. When you have multiple defendants at a trial, and I have, you always have the big kahuna, if you will, Mr. Trump. But if you have a minnow or somebody that's lower level, when the jury goes into that deliberation room at the end of the day, they're going to say, you know what? I think he's guilty as sin, but we're going to cut this minnow a break. But it's bad news for Mr. Trump because they will compromise. They'll let Nauta go or have a hung jury, but they will focus like a laser beam on Mr. Trump at the docket.